Hello everyone and welcome through a walkthrough slash overview of the new designed Athy Powersports facility. You are walking through with your host Anthony Athy Jr. I am the owner and founder of Athy Powersports. Without further ado, let's go. Alright, starting right here, we have an aerial shot of the building. This is the front of the building. We are looking at the south side of the building facing north. If I rotate to the right, we now are facing west, looking at the east side of the building. You see we have a total of 3 garage doors on this side and 2 entrance doors to the facility. Rotating around now, facing south, looking at the north side of the building or the back of the building. You basically see a brick wall and the roof. And we're going to rotate some more. And over here, this is where you have your vehicle parking on the west side of the building facing east. We have roughly 10, 11 parking spots plus a handicap space, which we had to include for compliance with the ADA, the Americans with Disability Act. So we got you guys covered, enough space, and it meets pretty much standards in every state. And coming back around to the front, we have plenty of adequate parking for power sports vehicles. So now I'm going to zoom in and take the top off, take the roof off so you can actually see the inside. And inside, you get a good look at what we have going on. So zooming in, this is our lobby area. So when you come through the front door, on your right, you'll be greeted by a receptionist and a cashier. And moving forward, you can see in the lobby area, we have product shelving, and we have an area for customers who will be waiting where they can watch television. We have some display cases so that we display some of the products that we manufacture, offer, and sell. There's our lovely receptionist slash cashier. And here we have our sales and service advisors who typically help customers with their needs. They do a great job. Moving forward, we enter the main office. Ideally, it would be my office. I designed it to be comfortable so that when meeting with people, they could come in and feel relaxed and we can get straight down to business and go from there. I can also get some work done. Moving forward, we have a 3/4 bath, complete with toilet, shower, sink, and some storage, some closet storage for clothes in case I have a late night at the office or I need to get cleaned up while I'm still at the office and change. So we have that. And moving to the next room, it is our dynamometer room where we can do dyno tuning and testing. In here you see the dynamometer in the middle of the room. Over there we have small tool cabinet. On the left, on the wall, we have a television monitor which is fed inputs from the computer, which we put inputs into and get outputs for dyno tuning. And everything can be displayed on a larger monitor. So this is our dyno area. We will also have fans in there to basically feed fresh air into power sports as they're being tuned. Next, we move into the very spacious shop area. On the left, right behind the garage door leading into the shop area, we have our wash and detail facility, which that type of work will typically take place outside unless otherwise noted. But here we have 3 bays or 3 lifts for technicians, 3 different technicians. On our left over here, we have our pretty much frame table in which we can do accident restoration and or completely new builds from the ground up. So that is our frame table in our framing area. Then we also have the computer which ties into that to give us digital readouts which can be displayed on the monitor above. We also have tools and storage for tools everywhere. We have a computer for technicians and everyone else to use for research purposes or whatever else they need. Then this area is our tire and wheel area. That right there is our tire machine. We ideally have a tire balancer as well. We have some tires seated on the ground, laying there waiting to be mounted or discarded. Here, that is my frame guy. And then we also have a lift, which is large enough to accommodate actually a full-size truck, but it's there in case we need to lift up any UTVs or side-by-sides or anything like that. So we have that hydraulic lift right there. So essentially, this is just a clean aerial overview of the shop area. Very spacious. We'll need lots of space with the vehicles that's going to be coming through. And moving along, we gonna get an aerial view of the stock room slash storage area. So as you can see, we have plenty of shelving units for everything. Apparel, safety riding gear. We have shelvings for all the types of products that we store and stock. We have some empty boxes. We have a table for sorting. We have shelves and drawers. So everything that we need to stay organized is there. Now, isolated by itself, we have our vehicle storage area. This area will primarily be used to store motorcycles, dirt bikes, ATVs that are currently not being worked on while we're waiting for customers, or we're waiting for parts to be manufactured, or as overflow when we have too much work in the shop, we can bring vehicles here. Also, any vehicles that will undergo accident reconstruction or restoration, we can store in here until we either get payment, get all the parts that we need, and or coordinate with insurance companies to get everything organized so that we can get the power sports application back to where it needs to be. I would also like to note that this is roughly 1,200 square feet of storage, so we should be good. Moving along, there are two ways to enter this storage area. You can either come through the side door and or the garage, or you can enter these doors through the shop, through the kitchen, into our utility room. Here in our utility room, we will have everything from HVAC to hot water heaters, most likely tankless, to industrial air compressors that feeds enough air throughout the entire facility, as well as electrical and everything else that takes place in a utility room. Moving along, we come into our small cafeteria area. Well, it's not too small. It's enough to accommodate, six employees at a time. Not everyone will be taking lunch at the same time, but we have a refrigerator, a stove, a sink, drawers, cabinets, everything that you need, for a full cafeteria area. So with that being said, the employees should be comfortable with this, and again, it'll accommodate employees while they're out on lunch. In here we have a simple half bath for employees that work in the shop area. Typical half bath, sink, toilet, cabinets, paper towel dispenser on the wall. And now a quick walk through the shop, and we head over to the welding room slash welding area with protective curtain. And you see we have our argon tank, and we have our welding table and our vent hood for safety regulations. And we also have basically that would serve as our welder, and we have some storage area for everything we need for welding. Next, we come on over to our paint area. Now in here we have actually a very large area for paint with two entrances and a display window for viewing out and in. Although this is very large, it ideally can accommodate an entire vehicle inside of there in case we need to paint an entire vehicle at the time. So this is our paint area. And directly adjacent to our paint area is our prep area, complete with washer, dryer, sinks, shelving units, storage, tools, um, huge prep table, uh, everything basically you need for prep and getting ready for paint and or final fabrication can take place in here. There's some more storage right there. So this is a very spacious area to accommodate lots of room and to do great work on prep to make the paint flawless when it rolls out of the paint shop. So they do a wonderful job in there. Now, leaving all this space behind, we move to one of my favorite places in the shop, which is the machine shop slash machining area. Actually, I love the entire design. I love every square foot of this place. But back here, we have lots of cabinets for storage, tooling storage, and anything else we need while working in the machine shop. We have workbenches. We have cabinets on the wall. These two big behemoth type things right here are two 5-axis CNC machines to um, manufacture some of the products that we will design in house. So we will stay busy. We also have some more storage back there with the storage closet. And then if you look, we have some spaces marked off. These areas are marked off for some of the apparatus that will be in the machine shop. For for instance, this area on the right, this uh, long mark off was for the lathe. This right here is for our CNC mill, which will be basically a mill with CNC capabilities. So we will do a lot of work here on the mill as well as the lathe. Then we have other areas marked off, areas such as our uh, grinder and sander bench area, so we can grind down and sand down stuff. We have our area marked off for our drill press, and this is for the last one was for our sheet metal bender. So that is our machine shop area. And coming through the door, we come into another one of my favorite areas, which is the engineering area. As you can see, leaving out of the machine shop, you have the engineers standing around discussing design constraints and reviewing the presentation. You have a design table, tools, books, table for collaboration and meetings. You have a huge TV so that during presentations they can all see everything clearly and discuss what needs to be discussed. This is our chief engineer section. That's where he sits. Our three engineers, their desks are right there, and basically they create the products, they design the products, do the manufacturing, and so that we can sell globally to the world. And this is one of my favorite places. And leaving out of here, we come back to the lobby area. So going forward, we are about to do an actual walkthrough, not an aerial view. I will not be narrating this part. I will let you enjoy it on your own. If you have any questions, feel free to comment. I'll answer them to the best of our ability. But this is approaching final design. This is 98% complete. Um, we only have to tackle a few HVAC issues, some plumbing, and the electrical. Other than that, this is pretty much our solid design. We are looking at roughly 12,000 square feet for this facility, so it will ideally be built on anywhere between um, 3/8 of an acre up to a half an acre of land to accommodate everything comfortably. So that's where we stand. Thank you and enjoy.